stuff that I want you to hear. Yeah. It's something about the way you say it to my eyes. I know that
Let's just discuss this chai, please.
Oh, okay.
I need to have a sip.
You got no chai burps today.
ASMR, the chai burps will come.
Okay.
Can I just tell you, this one is strong. Like, this is like, it's been marinating for a while.
Oh, that's how it should be.
It tastes really good. I feel like the other ones are a bit more milky. They're like, when it's out of packet, obviously. And you haven't like brewed it for ages.
Are you talking about the ones from the packet?
The packet ones, it is a bit more milky, almost like breakfast tea.
Yeah.
But this is like, we went and bought this. This is like strong, like this feels authentic.
This is like, it's authentic. That's
Yeah,
what you call it,
this is like aromatic. There's so many flavours dancing on my tongue right now. It's wild. So if you haven't tried it, try it.
I've never used that term, dancing on my tongue.
There you go.
Sounds awful.
It's exciting.
I have so many things going on this week that I've got no time for my friends, and they're all mad at me.
Oh no, why?
Because they're like, you're going away next week, and
Oh, so they wanna see you?
They want to see me. And I'm
How
just
long
like,
are you going for?
A couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
Shh, can't tell you where, can't tell you where.
Okay. Secret,
But
she's
they're so
undercover.
mad. But you know what? I secretly like the fact that they're angry at me because it shows that they care.
That's kind of toxic, but I like it. I like that spin. Some people would be like, I'm really sad my friends are pissed off at me. But you're like, it shows they care.
Yeah, good.
Love
Be
that.
angry.
Exactly. At
If
least
you're
they're
not
like,
angry, I wonder why you're not angry.
maybe they're just jealous you're going away to a nice hot country.
Oh, they are jealous, and that's another thing I like. I like my friends to be a little bit jealous
Yeah.
of each other, not of me.
Yeah. A bit of
like
competition.
if I hang out with one friend and the other friend's not there, I want them to be FOMO.
Yeah, they should be fighting for your attention. Like,
course
come
I'm
on.
joking.
Can you imagine? Have
But
you
I
ever
do
had
have
that?
friends like that. They're just like, oh, you're going out with this person. I'm just like, yeah, I am.
Don't you find it so complicated? Like when you're at school. Hang on, I can feel a chai burp coming. So
Oh.
sorry to the listeners there. There is chai hiccup.
Oh,
Chick
my
up.
God. Chai cup. I just say
chai
that
cup. Chai cup. I like that. So I've had it at school. Obviously, you're younger.
This
You're
is
what,
so
like
good.
16 or whatever. Where it's just really awkward if you have like jealous friends. Like if you
Jealous how?
So say I've hung out with someone for a while, like
Yeah.
they're suddenly my bestie. I'm seeing them like 3 days a week, like after school, for example.
Yeah.
And then I'm suddenly like, oh, I'm meeting up with another friend. That the first friend will get really jealous, and they'd sort of be like, but why are you meeting up with her? Like each other.
I don't ever think I've had
And it's
this
just
issue in my life.
awkward, really.
No, I don't think I've had enough friends.
This is like back in the day. But
No, I've never experienced this. I just don't understand
really?
it.
Do you know what? I had to do a lot of like introspection because I was like, there is like I had a sort of a weird trend with friends where, and I was sort of like, why does this keep happening? I realised it was me.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so I
very
did a lot of
self-aware
work
of
on
you.
that. I know. I'm a very self-aware queen. It's
I think
very
you
good.
are. Yeah, yeah.
So I realised that what I do is when I first would make so this is like secondary school. When I'd make a new friend, I'd get obsessed with them like really quickly. So I'd just like love everything about them, like they're the dog's bollocks.
Okay,
Like
just go back. For
obsessed.
people who don't know what the dog's bollocks is, what does that mean?
The dog's bollocks. It's just like
Because that sounds awful.
best thing since sliced bread. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what it means.
Yeah, it's just like.
But could you imagine?
I know, and Americans probably like, wait,
What?
I don't get it.
What are you
It's true,
saying?
you wouldn't want to be dog's bollocks. Like, they're just hairy and they just dangle there. Do you know what I mean? But maybe it's like, because that makes them a man and then they're cocky.
Really? Is that the
Is
reason?
that where it comes from? Surely it's to do with, like, you're having big balls, you're like a strong man. So, like, I'm so cocky and arrogant and, like,
gonna look this
like
up
a lot
right
of
now.
energy. Surely that's where it comes from. Whereas I don't want to be dog's bollocks. Like, I'm happy being a cat vagina. I'm trying to think what's the opposite. I'll be a cat pussy. Slay. Thank you.
I'll get that on a t-shirt for you.
What was the phrase? Oh yeah, it's
The dog's bollocks. Okay, the original, as you know, the speaker uses the dog's doodahs instead
Yeah.
of crudo, the dog's bollocks, meaning something exceptionally good. But where does that come from?
It's definitely a male thing, and how
Okay.
men are the best.
Okay,
Yeah.
anyway, like you were
Dissect.
saying,
Just watch
so
the Barbie
you're
movie,
obsessed
you'll
with your
understand.
friends and think that they are
Yes,
the
so I get
dog's
obsessed.
bollocks,
Think they're dog's
the
bollocks.
cat's vagina.
And I'm like, she's the cat's pussy. I want to spend all this time with her. So then, as I just said, I get intense. I'll like,
Can I just stop you there? You know, in the Philippines,
yeah.
the word for cat is pusa. So when I was with
Sounds like a really push German
I was with my
person.
friend's mum, and she said, "Oh my god, did you know that there was a pusa in my cabinet?" I was like, "I beg your pardon?
You're what now?
You're what? Are you sure you want to have this conversation with me?" But she just tried to tell me that the cat came into the house.
No.
And it was in the cabinet.
But it sounds like some really push way of saying pussy.
I know. Anyway, you were saying?
So, yes, I'd get really intense. I'd see them like every day after school. I'd sit with them every day at lunch. And I'd probably do that for like 2 to 3 months. So that person is obviously like, oh, Olive's my best friend. We're besties now. This is it for life. And then after like 3 months, I'm then sort of like,
What happened?
been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I'm ready for the new best friend. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know, but I didn't consciously think this. It just happened.
Yeah.
I just sort of like, obviously subconsciously, I was like, oh, okay, I'm okay with that now. On to the next friend. Then the next friend, I'd do the whole 3 months, see them every day.
Yeah.
Leave them for the next friend. And it was actually really toxic. And I was
That
sort of
sounds
thinking,
quite similar to love bombing.
yeah,
Is
actually,
it?
I guess. Yeah, because they probably thought that we were like, but at the time I would have been like, yeah, we're besties.
Move on to the next
I know.
friend.
I'm like a friend whore. I was literally a friend whore. I was a friend slut. Like, it was too much. I like have such a small group of friends now. Like, my like closest, I probably have 4
Do you still rotate around
best
those?
friends. No.
Okay. So that's
They're
stopped.
almost like individuals. Then I also have a girl group that are also my best friends. Like, I'm really close with them.
Okay.
But then that's it. And then, like,
Okay.
everyone else is just, like, a close friend.
I don't like groups of social friends. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the concept of it. I think it's one of the bitchiest things.
This is the
around.
thing. And I do think when you get older, like, yeah, I've got a group of girlfriends because we all met at school.
Yeah.
But we could all meet up one-on-one
Yeah.
and the rest of the group wouldn't get pissed off.
Really?
Yeah, it wouldn't be like, oh, we all have to meet as a group, otherwise we're going to get upset. Like, maybe 3 of us will meet one day, 2 of us, 5 of us, and no one gets upset. I think
Right.
that's really healthy. But if you're in a group, I've seen so many girl groups, and I've been in, if there's 6 of you, for example, if you all meet up, you either all meet up or you don't
Or
meet
you
up.
don't meet up.
Like, you can't meet up with individual friends, and if you do, it's you're a snake.
Yeah.
How dare you? You've left me out.
Yeah.
And that's when it is toxic.
Yeah, but then I noticed that when people do like segregate the bigger groups into smaller groups, then they start talking about those people, and then those same people go to another smaller group in the same circle of friends,
Totally.
and they talk about people, and it just becomes this
So
kind of like,
true.
I just don't
It was
understand.
like
I
that
just
at girls'
don't want-
school. Did you find that at girls' school?
No, not at all. My girls' school was so nice.
Oh my.
We were all friends, all of us. We were not really, really
How many
nice.
people were in the year?
In my, I would say there's about 25, 28 in my class.
Mine was
But I
probably
don't
like 30.
remember us. Obviously, we had like closer friends, so there were like little groups.
Yeah.
But we never had that thing where we would be bitchy towards the other because somebody else was doing better or
Wow. That
just anything. Like
must be nice for some.
that's why when I left school and went to uni, I just couldn't understand. I was
confused?
so confused when people
Because
would
that's
be
not
like,
actually normal.
some people would
to
be
that
like
nice.
really friendly to some people, and then like when they get to another group of people, they'll be bitching about the person they'll just be friendly with, or
That's so
they'll be
common.
talking about somebody, and the next day you'd see online that they're having like coffee or dinner with that same person. And just
Yeah.
like, hold on a second, I'm so confused.
know-
Yesterday you were saying this was a
Yeah, I didn't like
cat's
her.
vagina,
Yeah.
and now today, like you're out there being besties.
Yeah, isn't
Oh
it
my God,
weird?
I just don't get
but you
it.
find, when you sit down with your friend and you're like, so I really love Stacey,
But-
and you're like, I'm ready.
I don't even go there. I'm just like, girl.
That's good.
Well,
That is really good. I feel
yeah.
like we've all been there. Cannot lie about that. I'm going to say how it is. But it's also like, you don't want to be bitchy for the sake of it. Like, if they've done you wrong, fair enough, you want to vent to your friend about it. Like, if you're having an issue with a friend, you need to vent, go for it. I'll be here to listen so you can get it all out. But it doesn't need to be like, she looks really shit today. Do you know what I mean?
don't
That's
be
when it's
calling
just too
people
much.
silly bitch. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
But this is the thing, so going to that girls' school, so bitchy, really back and forth. Like,
It's
just
wild
anyone would do
you had that
anything and you
experience.
just chat about them behind their back. And it was so normal. It was only when I went to the sixth form at the boys' school, mixed, that I met my boyfriend, I started having this moment where I was like, I've been in that mindset of being so bitchy for so long, I didn't even realise what I was doing. And it was when I was hanging out with him, and he'd start to say, like, why are you talking like that? Like, why are you talking about that person? You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
He was like, you need to get a hobby because you talk about people too much.
Get a hobby.
I was like, best advice I heard. But I was like, yeah, actually. And I started listening to myself talk.
Yeah.
Great self-awareness. And I was like, why am I doing this? But it's because it's just all that I knew. I'd never known any different. Everyone I was friends with would bitch about each other. So it's just the norm. And I just had to like retrain myself to not.
You know, it's really good
do
that you
it.
did that at a young age, because people my age today are still like that.
Yeah. Like, I do love a bit of gossip here and there. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like a bit
if
of
you tell me
gossip
gossip.
over there. There needs to be over there.
Yeah, but I'm not involved.
I don't want to be involved, but I do
Same.
want to listen. I want to be
I
like,
want to
what's
listen.
going on
I
over
want you to
there?
tell me. I want to react. I
Yeah.
want to be like, lol. But then I don't want it to be about me.
I do. I definitely want to lol a couple of things.
Yeah, I'm
but...
gonna la 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 la. But yeah, what do you think are the signs of a jealous friend? I've got a couple.
Okay, you go first.
I would say, so I've had this a few times. They will never celebrate your wins.
Okay, those type of jealous friends I cannot stand. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'd pull them up. I'd be like, what's your problem?
Yeah. Oh, the chihuahua's back.
Yeah.
She's ready to fight. But
No,
it's
no,
true.
what's up? Like,
No,
I'm
you
doing
actually
well.
can't be friends with people like that if they're going to constantly be doing that. Because when they don't celebrate, you just know. You start to get a thing because all your friends that are like secure within themselves and are really happy with their own path,
Yeah.
they will be happy for you
Yeah.
and celebrate your thing. You're not in competition. But then you'll notice one friend and you're just like, they never actually celebrate, or like they never react to my story, or like send me a message about it.
Yeah.
And
or
then
they'll
you start
watch
to
stuff
clock
and then they
on.
won't ever like say it to you until you've told them.
Yeah,
I hate it
yeah.
when people are just like, oh, you never told me, but then they know.
You watch my stories, girl. Literally.
It's just so annoying. Also, I feel like
Oh.
now when I see those kind of people, I just note it in my mind and I just keep them at a distance.
Yeah, that's
I
so
don't
true.
even bother trying
Isn't
to
that
confront...
growing up?
Like-
That is so growing up. It's like I can't even be asked to beef you because you're not even going to get it.
Yeah.
That kind of mindset, you can't like convince someone
No, you
that.
can't. You can
You've just
never
got to
convince-
like note it,
Move
keep a
on.
distance.
Yeah.
I know what you're about. I've never had this personally, but I've had friends that have told me their friends have done this. They will put you down in public. So, like, say you're in a conversation, you're sat there with
Right.
your bestie and, like, some other people.
In front of you?
In front of everyone.
In
So,
front
like,
of you?
yeah.
Okay.
So for example, I'd be telling a story like, I got this job promotion, blah, blah, blah. And then your best friend, you're sat in a group with all these people and your best friend would be like, oh, yeah, but you're not even that good at your job. Lol, ha, ha.
Really?
Yeah. So they'll disguise it as a joke.
Yeah, you
So-
know people who disguise stuff as jokes?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. So yeah, they'll be like, just joke. Oh, I didn't mean it. But you know deep down, bitch, you've been wanting to say that for a while. You've been sitting on that one and you've just disguised it
that's-
as a joke.
Yeah, a lot of people who disguise stuff as jokes, I've noticed that that's the kind of thing that they want to say, but they pass it off as a joke because they don't want to have that confrontation.
Yes, yeah, because then you'd be like, pardon?
Yeah, you be a pardon?
And then they're like, oh no, it's just funny.
But you know what? My friends do, like,
that.
say shit about me in front of my face, and then we just have this kind of banter, but it's never coming from a bad place.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, banter is different,
Yeah.
isn't it? And you can sort of laugh at it
Yeah, you can laugh
and
at
join
it.
in.
Yeah.
But that kind of,
You're
it's
like
like
people will
actually
say, like, oh,
deep.
you're a grandma, you're not going to come out, aren't you? Like, those kind of things. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
am a
funny.
grandma. What's your problem?
Also,
friends?
you can own that as well. And
Yeah.
you know they're not being jealous, it's just
Yeah.
banter.
And also, you know, recently, say one of my friends invited me out with their group of friends.
Yeah.
And I got to know one of their friends.
Mm-hmm.
That one friend who invited me doesn't want me to be friends with their friends.
Yes.
So that's another thing I don't get.
I've
I'm just
seen
like,
that.
I'm almost 40 years old.
And then you become quite close with that friend.
Yeah, and then you're not allowed
and
to
they're
hang out
pissed
with
off.
them
Yeah.
unless you invite this middle person.
And now suddenly it's a threesome. I
Yeah.
don't want a threesome. But you might have just got on with it. You might even get on with them more
yeah.
than the other friend.
And I think that's totally fine.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you met as well. Like, you can just be friends.
Yeah, but that friend in the middle is going to be pissed.
Pissed
And I've had so
off.
many people like that where I've just been like, grow the hell up. What about if you get along with your friend's boyfriend? But it's like a
You just
sister-brother
keep-
relationship.
I think you just know the boundary. Like, it is what it is. Like, I've got friends, they're boyfriends. Like, I get on with them. I can have a convo with them.
Yeah.
They're all really nice, whatever. But I'm not going to message them privately and have a little chat.
Do you know?
No, because they're still there, but like they've brought them into a group. If I was already friends with them,
Yeah.
and then these two have coupled up together, it's different because, you know, we were already good friends. But like,
So
I
that
don't need to
friend's-
befriend your boyfriend.
That friend's boyfriend is just an addition. So
Like, I'll talk to the boyfriend.
And
Like,
how-
if at an event,
Yeah.
obviously I'm going to have
Yeah.
a chat with him, like, really nice, get on with them, whatever. But I'm not going to be inviting him solo.
what if it was flipped and you had a guy friend who had a girlfriend?
That's different. Yeah, I'd probably become besties with
Really?
her. Defo. Well, so that girl group I was talking
Yeah.
about, I made friends with them through my boyfriend.
Okay.
So they're my boyfriend's friends.
Girlfriends.
And yeah, and I'm sounds like he's some womanizer. He's got 6 girlfriends. No, girl space friends.
Yeah.
He brought me into that group. I got on so well with them. I'd say I might even be closer than he is now.
Really?
Yeah, like I see them all the time. We went on a girls' holiday.
Did you?
Yeah. But I said to him, this just shows, because I'm used to that bitchiness of a girls' school.
Yeah.
I said to him, I was like, are you okay with me going out with your friends when you're not there?
Yeah.
Because usually people get pissed off about
Yeah.
that. He was like, yeah. Like, why does that even matter? Why are you even asking?
I find that so interesting that you're okay with being your guy friends, girlfriends close to them, but you're not okay with being close to your girlfriend's boyfriends.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. For
I
me.
think I
'Cause
just know
don't
the
segregate the
boundary.
two. Like,
Really?
obviously, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, come over, let's have wine together."
Yeah.
and sit in my apartment alone, just the two of us. But
Yeah.
if, say, like, the girlfriend was in finance and the boyfriend was in content creation, and I was going to go to an event and I'd have a spare ticket, I'd be like, "Yeah, come along if you're interested."
That's true, but I do think it's different when it's like career based.
Oh, all of my stuff is career based. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, let's go for a coffee."
Yeah, no, I think
I
career
don't
based
even
is
do that with
different.
my friends.
Like, I'll often get people, if I'm at a networking event or even just like a career event, I always get people's Instagrams.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Shy hiccup. That's not me like trying to give out my thing to get with people. That's just
Oh
me
no,
thinking.
that's not what I was asking in the first
networking.
place.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just trying to
saying in
understand,
general.
like, is it different if you had a girlfriend who had a boyfriend?
I think it is different just because with the boyfriend, there's usually that intention. And also, you don't want the girlfriend thinking, like, why is this girl getting so close to my boyfriend? Like, what are you doing?
What do you think?
So, are you friends with a lot of your friends' boyfriends?
No, I don't have time. You know the friends I have? They constantly phone me and tell me, who are you hanging out today with? And I have to tell them, like, this person, whatever. And they're like, can you stop making new friends? Like, you don't have time for me. So I've been told by my friends to stop making new friends.
Oh,
Yeah. So I
they're
don't have
like
time for
me.
them.
They're like, cut this Olive. Like, she's taking up too much time.
Actually, I've had a few people be like, who is Olive?
Really? Is that from your stories? Or like just
Yeah.
messages?
Messages, stories. And when you
Really?
call me, they're like, you're spending a lot of time on the phone to Olive.
Slay.
I know.
It's because I'm
I
your
know.
bestie. Step aside.
What do you think of generally men and women friendships? Do you think they can be friends?
Yeah, so I have a boy best friend. And I've been friends with him for years. Must be like 10, 15 years now.
And
We
has
met at
anything
theatre
happened?
school. Nothing's ever happened.
Why not?
Just no. That makes me feel ill. Sorry, Rios, but that makes me feel ill, violently sick, disgusted.
Really?
No, just would never even go there. It's bro right there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though that's so pick me girl. He's like my brother. No, like genuinely, I wouldn't even say brother, just really good friend. Not feeling that. We've been friends for so long.
What is
There's
so
never
long?
been that for like 15 years.
Okay, so you were basically
Through school.
nursery students.
We've been friends for a while, but there's never been that intention. He's never once tried to flirt with me, nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas I have had it at sixth form, before I had a boyfriend, where you'd be friends with guys, and then, you know, and they just say one fucking thing. You're
What do
like,
they
oh, I
say?
really like them as a friend. And they'll just like try to put a move on. Like,
What do they
they'll just send a
do?
message, just something like, oh yeah, but you're looking really fit today. Or, oh yeah, I really like what you're wearing, something. And you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, why'd you have to ruin it? We were good friends.
Do you
I was
think-
enjoying our
Yeah,
combo.
but if you get that from a girl, why would you not think twice about that?
No. I'd be like, yeah, I look fit.
I'd say the same to a guy friend.
No.
But I know my guy friends don't actually say that to me.
But they're not trying to move to you because
They're
you're
not trying to
married.
No, but even like before,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have that.
What do you mean? What would you reply?
I'd be like, yeah, I know. Thank you.
But I'd be like, I just want you as a friend. Like, you're funny. I like the banter.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to cross the line? Like, I just want to keep you as a friend. I'm not interested in
Okay,
that.
so if you just
And
have
then-
a boundary, if you tell them what they are, then
Yeah,
they shouldn't be able
but
to...
then they will be persistent and like flirting with you
Okay.
in person or whatever.
Oh my
And then you're
God.
like, now we can't be friends.
I went out on Saturday night and I was with one of my friends and
Yeah.
this guy came up to her and was talking to her, and so I just went up to her and I to see if she was okay because we were in a club, which is bizarre for me. And he was like looking at me like, what are you doing here? And so I asked him, what's your name? And he told me his name. He was just like, my name is blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. Didn't ask me mine. So
Bad vibe.
didn't ask me mine. So I said to him, oh, I'm Sim, by the way. And he was like, So he carried on talking to my friend,
Rude.
and he goes to me, do you know, I'm trying to do something here. And I didn't clock on because everything was loud. Like, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And so I asked him, oh, anyway, what do you do? He was so offended. He goes to me, he didn't even look at me. He was just like, and then he looked at his friend and he was like, who is she? Who is she?
I'm the best friend. Fuck off.
No, but I was just like, I'm here. You can ask me who I am.
Yeah. That's so rude. That's another thing. You meet a guy at a party. So, like, I go to a lot of house parties.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, there's just random people there, friends of friends, whatever. So, like, you'll be chatting to them and you'll be like, oh, so how do you know, blah, 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 whoever's party it is. Having a chat, you're getting on, like, banter, you're like, oh, this guy's funny or whatever. Then, obviously, I'll slip in the boyfriend thing. Like, I'll just be like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend loves anime or my boyfriend loves that. Just in convo, it comes up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, okay, walk off.
Really?
They literally bugger off. And I'm like, what? So you only want to chat to me to try and move to me? We can't just be friends or have a friendly conversation? Well,
I
that's
had
the
one
difference.
guy slide into my DMs.
Oh my God.
I didn't know him. He just found me on Instagram.
Just
He
send a
slid into
picture
my
of the wedding
DM.
ring.
No, he slid into my DMs and he was like, all right, babe. You know, we could be good together.
Was it a voice note?
Nah. Because I listened to some of his
Stop.
videos and that's how
Oh,
he
that's
spoke.
his spoke. Okay.
And I was like,
Cringe.
hello, can I help you? And he goes to me, I think we should be good together. Why don't we go out? Meet me somewhere. And I was like, I don't think I'm the right person for you.
Yeah.
Try to be nice. Because you know when sometimes you go in and be like, I've got a boyfriend, I'm married. People switch it and they're like, oh, but I didn't ask. Get over yourself.
Oh my God.
I get that so
Or they
often.
go, oh, well, you're ugly anyway.
Yeah!
Oh
my God, I've had
my
that so many
God. Are
times
you
as well.
taking the
When people
piss?
tell me I'm ugly just because I'm just like
Just because you
available.
rejected them.
Yeah,
That's
just
what it
because-
is.
yeah, just because you
They're
rejected them.
butthurt that you rejected them.
So this guy, he was like, we should meet up. And I said, don't think I'm the right person for you. And he goes, how old are you? I said, I don't think you know how old I am. And he goes, you can't be more than 21, 22, babes.
Slay. You're like, he's in my good books now.
I said, I'm flattered, but I'm 36. And he was like, sorry, auntie, please delete my DMs. I went from babes to auntie.
That's violation. I
think
wouldn't have
that's-
that, Sim.
That
Don't
is the
have
worst.
that.
That is the worst that I've been cussed. I don't mind being called grandma, but if you're gonna go from
Sorry,
babes to
auntie. He called you auntie. That's like you've got
you know, I
kids
don't
and
even
cousins.
let my nieces and nephews call me auntie in public. I'm just like, no,
That's funny.
I'm Sim.
Do you know what's funny that you brought this up? I've actually got a list of funny British insults. These are phrases, right? 3 slices short of a full loaf. She's 3 slices short of a full loaf. Imagine
God,
actually saying that.
I'm gonna use that one.
Literally, like, she's not the full ticket.
That's
it's
hilarious.
just like that, isn't it?
That's such a nice way of saying
Isn't
it.
it
I can
funny?
imagine someone saying that when they're older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's three slices
Like if you
short.
brought your boyfriend home and you introduced them to your mum or your
Oh,
grandma.
yeah, grandma.
Oh, very nice.
He's 3
but
slices too short.
too short.
Of a loaf. No one but our age is saying that now. do you
No
know what I
way.
mean? Piss artist.
What's that?
Have you heard that? My dad always says that. He'll just be like, oh, he's a piss artist.
What does that mean?
I think it's just like he's
Piss
pissing around
artist?
everywhere. Yeah, not serious. He's
Okay.
taking the piss.
Okay.
But if it's a piss artist, I imagine like Jackson Pollock.
That doesn't sound.
with his
Your
wee.
action doesn't look very good.
Expelliarmus. You know they do the cross swords and they're like,
Oh my god.
girls can't do
Cross-
that. Do you know what's so unfair?
What?
Guys can just whip their willy out, pee wherever.
Yeah.
They can play little games with all
Play
that.
no. Who's playing games?
Have you seen the in-betweeners? They do that. They like cross their streams.
No, I've never seen that.
You've never seen the in-betweeners?
I have seen the in-betweeners.
Okay, yeah.
But I can't remember that. Cross their
Yeah.
streams.
I don't know if they actually do that. I've just seen that in films. So boys answer. But girls, you just have to squat. I have done a lot of wees with my friends though, where we just squat and we'll be like having a chat whilst weeing.
Having a chat.
A chat.
A chat.
chat.
I thought you meant like having a poo while you talk.
No, I'm a lady, Sim. No, we'll be like having a wee, having a chat,
Yeah.
squatted before going into the club or
Yeah.
like festival. That's kind of British culture. This one, Tracy Beaker classic, bog off.
Oh yeah.
Can I just tell you, I've been told this before, you're boring. I've been told that, and I actually think it's the biggest insult I've ever had in my life. You're boring. It's
What did
simple
you
but
say to
effective.
that?
I went, if I'm boring, what are you? That's literally
That's
what
what
I
you
said.
came back with.
That was my comeback, and then I went home and got really upset. I literally went home and called my boyfriend, and I was like, this girl just called me boring in front of everyone.
That's really rude, by the way.
Yeah.
That is.
It was at a house
That is
party.
really-
Can I just tell you, it was like a movie moment. It was at a house party. Yeah. I didn't want to do a drinking game. So she shouted at me. It was like, as she's shouting, it's like music stopped. Everyone's turned around and looked over, and she's
That's
gone,
so sad.
"You're boring."
That's really sad.
Then I
you
give
don't
my
say
comeback.
that. I've been called boring before, and I get called loner often. It used to make me really upset, but now I'm just like, yeah, I like being alone. I'm in solitude when I'm alone.
I want to cry.
You're such a loner. You've got no friends, and I'm just like, yeah, I have friends, but just because I don't
Who's
have big,
saying this to your face?
I'm not going to expose the person who's saying this, but they say it to me
Right.
multiple times.
Do you know what? The best way is to embrace it. Like, I just went, and then I was like, I stood up and I was like, oh, I'm so boring, aren't I? Yeah, I'm so boring. I'm going to go home now because I'm really boring. And then I just left. You just got to embrace it.
You do
So
have to
yeah, you can
embrace
be like,
it.
I'm a loner. Yeah, I love my own company.
I
Now
do really
fuck
like.
off.
The thing is, I do actually really like my own company.
Good.
But for people to say something with so much
Yeah.
like malice,
Vim.
and, like, exactly.
Yeah, that's when it's offensive.
Yeah.
Right, this is another one. Oh, he's a Billy No Mates.
That's
You're a Billy No Mates. It's a nice way of
Are
putting
you
it. It's
trying to
better
trigger
than
me
you're a
today?
loner.
Is that what it
Sorry.
is?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
So say you're arguing and they go, ooh, you're hard. It's not. You're hard.
I haven't heard these in so long.
But there's no H. There's no
You're
hard. It's,
hard.
You're hard. You're hard, you little slapper. You're hard.
That's
Isn't it funny?
That's so funny. I don't think anyone's ever said that to me like
Really?
that. But like I've heard people say that.
Oh my god, this made me die. Okay,
What?
I'd never heard this before. It's definitely like some Cockney one. So you'd say it about a person, you'd be like, oh, she's got a face that'd frighten a police horse.
That's really sad. You know
How
what?
rude is
You know what my
that?
brother said to me once.
What?
You know, my brother is the sweetest person, but he says some of the nastiest things. He said to me once, "Oh, you got a face only a mother can love."
That's so deep.
And my mum's like, "Why is that rude? Of
Only
course I
a
love
mother.
you."
No,
And my mum's
darling.
like, "No, mum, that's not what he's trying to say."
She's got that unconditional love, so she's just seen the rose tinted glasses are on.
I know.
So I've also got some scenarios that are friendship related
Yeah.
that we can give advice to. I really want to know
Hit
what
me,
you'd say.
hit me, I'm ready.
This lady, well, I'm assuming it's a girl. Actually, I think it is. I'm currently feeling very guilty for accidentally misleading a friend regarding helping her out financially.
Okay.
18 months ago, my friend was facing a potential situation where she would need a solicitor and she was struggling to cover the cost by herself. She was short £1,000, so I offered to lend her the money if it came to it. She was extremely grateful and agreed she would pay it back. I told her the money was hers if she ever needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if she needed it. Fortunately, the situation resolved itself and she had no need for it. A couple of months ago, so she didn't use the money. She didn't need the solicitor in the end.
Okay.
A couple of months ago, she found herself in some debt and was on the phone to me almost every day in tears, not knowing what to do. I felt so bad for her, so was trying to find solutions.
Okay.
Eventually, after 2 weeks of her contacting me, she just came straight out and asked me for the £1,000. So this is a whole different scenario.
Yes, another scenario.
Unfortunately, I was now no longer in the position to help her as my husband and I had some unexpected financial issues of our own. She wasn't aware of this. So I explained all of that to her and apologised. Like, I don't have
Right,
the money.
okay.
My husband's like lost his job or whatever. I've lost my job.
Oh, that's really
She
sad.
felt awkward too, as she apologised as well, but did say, when you told me 18 months ago the money was mine if I needed it, I just assumed this was still the case.
No.
Very awkward. After this conversation,
I'm
she
sorry,
stopped
that is
calling me.
Really, really rude.
She stopped calling me and she's distanced herself. I'm not completely blameless as I did offer her the money 18 months ago, but I thought she'd be a little bit more understanding. How can I try and make amends? My husband thinks it's her fault and not mine. For assuming incorrectly the money was still available. What's the best way to resolve this?
I don't think she's at fault here because I feel like
Neither.
no, because I've had situations where I've lent friends money when they needed it, but they pay it back and then that's it. Or
Yeah.
if it doesn't happen then,
But it's in that moment, because in that moment you can afford
exactly,
to
in
lend
that
the
moment
money.
I can do, but like later on down the line, that's almost like entitled.
Yes. Also, everyone's financial situations are different. No one's like rich their whole life. No one's poor their whole life.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? People can There's dips and troughs, peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
So to assume that she's still going to have that money 18 months later.
I can see why she assumed it.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people, when I've helped them out with stuff, they assume the same about me.
Yes.
But it's not like that.
Really,
and, like,
no.
sometimes I'm not in the mindset to, like, I'm not even in the mindset, but, like, I don't
Yeah,
have the
prepared.
capability
Yeah.
to help somebody because I've
Yeah.
got X, Y, Z happening
Yeah.
in the next few weeks.
Exactly. Also, things that are unpredictable, right? Like someone can lose their job.
Yeah.
You might have to pay something out that you're not expecting and therefore you can't afford it. But I do think it's wrong of the friend to just assume she
of
could come by
course.
whenever and get
Yeah.
£1,000. Like, yes, in the moment, but not for a whole other scenario situation.
I like to help my friends. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
If I'm able to help in any way I can, I will. But at the same time, don't take advantage of me.
No, it's very true. Right, this is another one. This is to do with birthdays, which I feel very strongly about. The beginning of July, I turned 40. Slay.
Yeah.
I had been trying to organise a small get-together with 4 of my closest friends.
Yeah.
We have all known each other between 12 and 17 years. Unfortunately, nobody was available to do this. The birthday event she tried to organise. Each of them promised me they'd take me out to lunch or for a drink, etc., but none of them ever did. I never even got a card or present from any of them, despite me always getting them something for their birthdays. I'm the first one in our group to turn 40, so maybe I'm being stupid, but I expected a bit of a fuss. Now, last week, another friend of ours that is in our group turned 34, and funnily enough, everyone was available for her dinner that she organised. She then kindly suggested that we celebrate my birthday too, at the same time, seeing as no one attended my one. And the rest of the group agreed.
That's very sweet.
That's cute. The rest of the group agreed. So we all turn up to this restaurant for like a joint birthday. Everyone is armed with gifts for her. Yet there is not one gift or card for me.
Okay.
Then a birthday cake gets bought out just for her. And the restaurant sings her happy birthday. Not one person mentioned me. It's like they completely forgot. I know I sound petty, but would anyone else feel upset if this happened to them? Yes!
I think I would feel upset, but then I'd use it as a lesson.
That you've got shit friends.
Not that you've got shit friends. I don't think anyone means to be shit on purpose, but I think just because you do something, and you know what? I hear this from people all the time. Like, I did this for this person. Why aren't they returning the favour? Or why aren't they being like that back? I have to tell them over and over again. You have to give with no expectations to receive.
It's very true.
If
I
you
feel like
are
I'm learning that
giving,
now.
You are. If you're giving, and it's one of those things that you have to learn over life. If you give with the expectation to receive, you are going to be disappointed. 100%.
That is so true.
Even if you have expectations for somebody to do things, if they don't do things the way that you want them to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Don't expect anyone to do anything. Don't expect anyone to give anything. Oh, God.
That sounds like...
This sounds so bad, but it's true because
It's
you're
actually
always
true,
going to
though.
be disappointed.
There's
And
been
going
so
back
many
to this
times-
girl, yeah, it is unfair that her friends weren't around to celebrate her birthday, but there's a reason for it. So maybe she should like speak to them if she really wants
That's
to get to
thing.
know get to the bottom of it, or just like understand that maybe they're not as good friends with you as they are with the other person.
If none of
Because
them are
34
free...
is not a big number.
No, it's not like a big milestone.
No.
If they've all turned down her birthday, but then they could all go to the other one...
What were the reasons?
What are the reasons?
Exactly.
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
I would sit them down and be like, there's obviously a reason you couldn't come.
Yeah.
But what I find deep is in, say she's always getting them birthday presents
Yeah.
and they haven't got one back. That is a bit awkward. Whereas if, with me for birthdays, right, I don't want to be disappointed. So I tell everyone what needs to go down.
Okay.
So I'm like, birthday week is
Yeah.
happening. Sometimes it's birthday month. Depends on
Yeah.
the milestone. I have some friends that I'm like, we don't do birthday presents. And then I have
Yeah.
some friends where I'm like, we do birthday presents. Then
Yeah.
you don't get disappointed.
You don't,
Because you know, okay, this is one that I exchange gifts with. This friend I don't exchange gifts with. Then it's not deep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're having a party, yeah, I'll bring you like a Prosecco. But it doesn't need to be like a present. And then also with my boyfriend, I'll tell him like the vibe I want this year. My parents, I'll be like, this is the vibe I want. And
Just I like that. You're communicating. You're telling
communicate.
people what you expect.
so
and what
where
you want.
where a lot of people go wrong, I love how we sound like we know so much shit. We have no idea. But where people go wrong, which is what I've learned, is a lot of people don't want to tell people that that's what they want. it's like in a relationship, they're like, I don't want to tell my boyfriend
Yes.
that
Oh
he
my
should know.
God.
He should know that, or my
He
friend
should
should know that. Like, I shouldn't have to tell them.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't know.
The world doesn't revolve around you.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
sometimes
Like, you have
they're
to
not in your head.
communicate.
Like, you have to just put your ego aside and just tell them. So that's why I tell them what I expect. On like anniversaries, like I'll say to my boyfriend, right, this is what I'm thinking the vibe is. Birthday, this is the vibe. Da-da-da. And then you don't get disappointed because they know what you want and it's going to be delivered.
You know, as you get older, you stop expecting gifts from somebody, and you're just like, just give me the money.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I say to people.
True.
My mum's like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm just like, nothing,
Give me
just
money.
give me the money.
Because also,
And I'll buy myself a gift, and then
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is.
and then you'll actually like
I
it
like
as well.
it. Then they'll get excited that I'm wearing
What's
it.
the point of getting a gift that you don't need? It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're just like, do I sell it on Vinted? Like,
Going back to your story,
mhm.
this woman, she needs to cut her expectations down.
Yeah, I agree.
If she's giving gifts, she shouldn't expect in return. Even though my culture, if you get a gift from somebody, you have to give back double. So yeah, you do have That's why when I first
double or nothing.
when I got to know these group of women that I got to know when I was a lot older, we all sat down. We all said to each other, "We're not doing Diwali gifts. We're not doing Christmas gifts. Like, stop sending hampers.
It's too
If you send me a
expensive.
hamper, I'm sending you a hamper right back to your house. I'm not accepting your hamper because then I have to go out and shop and
And
make
get
a hamper
double.
twice as big and send it to you.
No.
And then you get that hamper. The next year, that has to be double the size.
cycle.
I think it gets worse. And then you're spending so much time
No,
trying to figure out
it's
what
too
to put in these
much.
bloody hampers. And at the end of it, what's the point? The whole
Yeah.
point of Diwali is supposed to be happy. Like, you know what I mean?
And now you're just stressed
And now
out.
you're stressed out of a bloody hamper.
Because you can't find a blinking Bath and Body Works.
No, it doesn't even
bath
stop
bomb.
there. Like, it starts at like really small supermarket stuff, and then it goes into like more bougie stuff, like bottles of wine or whatever. I don't know what goes into a hamper because I've
I
got my
want a
friends. I don't want
Skims
to do them.
pyjama set, thanks.
So when my mum gets something, she'll have to make something. So let's say like you sent me something in a box.
Yeah.
Like a Tupperware or something. Say like you made something, you send it to me. I can't return that Tupperware empty because it's
Oh.
bad luck. So I have to then make something to return the Tupperware back to you.
No, this is long.
But then if it doesn't fit in one Tupperware and I put it in two, I send you
Yeah.
two Tupperwares, you've then got to return my
Double
Tupperware.
4. That's
Which is what-
exhausting.
It is really exhausting. That's why I'm just like, I'm not in for it. I'm not here for it.
No.
Just like,
that
take
is
your,
long.
thank
It's
you
like,
for your
love
hamper.
you. I know you love me.
Yeah.
You don't need to get me a present.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just do a day out or like something if you have to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why
more
don't we
of
just
an
do
experience.
that?
Share it together.
I don't want to be in my kitchen cooking for you. I don't even want to cook for myself. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, that's a
Cheers
tea
to
on
that.
Cheers to that.
You look exhausted.